Hello everybody out there on YouTube and welcome to race number 23 of Season 9 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series action. I am Levi McIntyre, a.k.a. Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Lifelock 400 here at Michigan International Speedway. We are going 20 laps of racing this time, as this race will be a little shorter than normal, and this should be a crazy race in and of itself as well. So before we get started with the lineup, we're going to take a look and see the point standings coming into today. As entering today, it's 4 races left until the chase, and right now Johnny Gardner leads the points by 29 points over DJ Curtis. Third is Dorian Facepuncher, 4th is Dylan Young, 5th is David Rivera, 6th is Pichu London, 7th is Anthony McCrory, 8th Katie Cochran, 9th PJ Williams, 10th is Preston Plord. Rest of the top 20 is Trent Dunham, Jesse Setti, Tim Walsh, Seth Cole, Tanner Sullivan, Michael Norman, Carson Gum, Charles Sanford, Sean Galligan, and Matt McIntyre. Drivers in that little battle for the 30th spot, it's pretty much down to 2 drivers. Angel Navarro, who is 30th, but only 19 points ahead of last week's winner, Chase Oliver. But also keep in mind you got Chris Washer up in there, who is about 38 points ahead of 30th, so it's going to be interesting to see here in the next few weeks how that battle is going to turn out, because also keep in mind, if Chase Oliver finds himself in the top 30 and gets ahead of 1 or 2 wildcard drivers, he could get a wildcard spot for the chase for the championship. So these next few weeks for the 68 team is going to be interesting. Same with the 35 of Chris Washer, who would currently have the second wildcard spot. The first one being John Cittadino. But let's take a look at the lineup. Starting in the last row is Blaine Keys and Chris Washer. Top 10, Zach Rogers is on the pole for today. Starting next to him will be Trent Dunham. Row 2, 2 very good friends who know each other through the YouTube wrestling community that are in NR, of course, Chase Oliver and David Rivera. Row 2 is PJ Williams and Sean Galligan. Row 4, Dorian Facepuncher and Matt McIntyre. And then row 5, Anthony McCrory and Dylan Thoreau. But let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines for the Lifelock 400 at Michigan.
Drivers, start your engines!
Rolling out of pit road for the 1 pace lap. Now Zach Rogers comes into this race 23rd in points, and he has a win under his belt. So if he were to win today, he could be in line for a wild card spot as well. So starting here, along with the next 3 races we go to, being Atlanta, Darlington, Kansas, it's going to be really interesting to see not only who can get the wild card spots, but to also get in that top 10 in the point standings. And speaking of that top 10, as far as like how close it is among many people, from 9th on back to 15th, it is only separated by 13 points. From PJ Williams on back to Tanner Sullivan. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to get shuffled around after today. As far as who I'm going to pick to win this race, I'm going to go with somebody who's starting around the middle of the pack, and that's Carson Gum in the 32, because I think he's looking to get his first win this season, and this could be the day he can do it. Pace car in the pit road, which means it's time to boogity 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 go racing. Lap 1 complete, and Zach Rogers led the first lap, so that's a valuable bonus point for him, leading up to potentially getting extra points on points positions on the standings, that is. And also, like I said, if he were to win today, he'd be in line for a potential wild card spot. Trent Dunham now moves in back into second after he was briefly passed by Chase Oliver. Now both he and PJ Williams have gone by, and now here comes Williams with a run to the inside for second. And behind this, two of Williams' teammates, Chase Oliver and Dorian Facepuncher, kind of battling for the fourth spot, but Chase is going to hold him off. Trent holds off PJ for the time being. It's almost like as if the high line seems to be the preferred line in 1 and 2, while the bottom line might be the preferred line in 3 and 4 potentially. Maybe not. I don't know. This track is rather schizophrenic when it comes to what line you can run to make a big pass. I guess it all depends on how quick your car is. I'd say that's a big factor for sure, as Williams and Dunham still battle for second, but Trent continues to hold him off. But look at this Richard Childress domination. Three of the cars are running 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now, along with a Richard Childress associated team of Sega Motorsports of Trent Dunham running in second. So it's affiliates domination. So, and then I see Michael Norman a little bit outside the top 10, so he's reeling his way into the mix himself. Whoa, Chris Washer and Dylan Poteet, Jessica Schoen were in a hornet's nest of 3 wide back there. That could have ended badly. Still looking around to see what's going down, and right now, 2 different battles were going on. Chase tried to go underneath PJ, but PJ was just too quick. David Rivera with a run underneath Dorian Facepuncher, and that's for the 5th spot. But he will not be able to get him. Back up at the front, Trent Dunham has somewhat caught Zach Rogers for the top spot, but hasn't really been able to find that run on the 9 car. As meanwhile, Rogers has been the dominant driver of the day. He has so far led every single lap. Jonathan Zorline battling with Anthony McCrory for 7th. Carson Gum, my pick for the day. He's trying to work his way up here into the battle, as he's now in the top 10. Dorian Facepuncher right now on the back bumper almost of his teammate Chase Oliver, and that's for 4th. PJ Williams thinking about trying to utilize that bottom lane to try to get a run on Trent for the 2nd spot. Let's see if the low line will be the preferred line now. Not quite. Yeah, it does seem like it's the high line is where you want to be on. Chase Oliver now with a run, trying to get underneath his teammate. Oh, and we have a caution. Oh, and Angel Navarro was involved. Same with Dougie Shears, Austin LaPlante. Well, and there are cars on the apron. Not sure as to why. Oh, William Duncan's damage. Looks like it was an incident around this group of cars. But I don't see any like major damage on these machines, so... But yeah, it looked like it was down the backstretch as the caution is out for the first time today. Let's quickly go ahead and take a look at the replay of what brought the caution out for the first time here at Michigan. Well, it looks like it starts with a 4-wide battle with Angel Navarro, Dougie Shears, Blaine Keys, and Katie Cochran. Right there, Blaine Keys moves up into Dougie Shears and Tim Walsh, and that sends Navarro spinning and LaPlante spinning, and LaPlante actually hits Tim Walsh. Now, how did William Duncan get involved here? Oh, he runs into the back of the 19 of Navarro. That's how he got the damage. As right there, you see all that happens, and then right there to 66 and then 19 actually gets down into LaPlante, sends him spinning, and he comes up and hits the 15 in the passenger side door as a result of all that. And look at all those guys running together on the bottom. Those are the guys I saw running the apron right here. Wasn't sure as to why. I guess they were down there to avoid all this chaos. But anyways, let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Michigan. No cars out of the race after that caution, and when we get back to racing, it'll be 8 laps to go. Zach Rogers has been the dominant car and will get the most laps led bonus points. He's your leader. Second is Trent Dunham. Third is P.J. Williams. Fourth, Chase Oliver. Fifth is Dorian Facepuncher. Sixth is David Rivera. Seventh is Anthony McCreary. Eighth, Jonathan Zorley. Ninth, Carson Gum. 10th is Matt McIntyre. 11th is Michael Norman. 12th, Dylan Thoreau. 13th, Tanner Sullivan. 14th, Charles Sanford. 15th, Matthew Dalio. 16th, John Cittadino. 17th is Joshua Collard. 18th is JT Bryant. 19th, Seth Cole. 20th, Aaron Henderson. 21st is Dylan Young. 22nd is John Arndt. 23rd, Austin Mongold. 24th is DJ Curtis. 25th is Pichu London. 26th, James McLeod. 27th, Sean Galligan. 28th, Anthony Ritchie. 29th, Katie Cochran. 30th, William Duncan. 31st, Jesse Setti. 32nd, Dylan Poteet. 33rd, James Qualls. 34th, Jessica Sheldon. 35th, Johnny Gardner. 36th, Chris Washer. 37th is Preston Plord. 38th, Blaine Keys. 39th, Tim Walsh. 40th, Angel Navarro. 41st, Austin LaPlante. And 42nd is Dougie Shears. Pace car into pit road, which means we are getting set to go back racing here at Michigan for the Lifelock 400. And the green flag is out. First move of so far in the restart, P.J. Williams going to try to make the bottom lane work underneath of Trent Dunham. Follows up by his teammates, Chase Oliver, Dorian Facepuncher. Williams goes by for second. Chase Oliver trying to get by Trent for third. Zach Rogers, however, still leads the way. Chase Oliver clears Trent Dunham for third. As it's 7 to go, Zach Rogers still up at the front, and P.J. Williams trying to go for his third win this season in hopes to get a potential locked-in spot for the chase. But he's going to have to really reel in Zach Rogers if he's going to have a chance, because Rogers has been a dominant car. Fastest lap of the race was Charles Sanford at 35.092. Rogers still up at the front. Let's see by how much the margin is. Williams definitely closing in on the 9. Trying to run a lower line, and here he comes. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. In fact, I think that might have cost P.J. Williams a little bit of time, because now here comes his teammates, Oliver and Facepuncher, up to the back bumper of the 27. Maybe they're going to help him in like a bit of a draft to help catch the 9. Who knows? It's going to be 5 to go at the line for Zach Rogers. Battle is about to happen for third with Facepuncher and Oliver right now. Chase Oliver, Dorian Facepuncher, teammates out of Richard Childress. But now Oliver pulls away, and now back up here, Williams still working on trying to gain ground on the 9. But it doesn't look like he is by much. I don't know, we're about to find out at the line, as it's going to be 4 laps to go. Margin definitely pulled away a little bit, did the 9 car. And in fact, Chase Oliver's gaining ground on his teammate right now. Few stragglers in the back after that first wreck. Next time by at the line, it'll be 3 to go here at Michigan. Zach Rogers trying to get his second win of the season, third of his career, and hopes to get a wild card spot for the chase for the championship. 3 to go. And P.J. Williams gained a little bit back on the 9. PJ still trying to get the bottom to work, but he just can't do it. In fact, he keeps losing time by doing that. If I were Williams, I'd be trying to want to go to high line to really make a move on the 9. Still more stragglers running in the back after that crash. As we're coming to the stripe for 2 laps to go for Zach Rogers. Chase Oliver back to the back bumper of P.J. Williams now. And look at this, 3 wide, and I believe that's for the 5th spot. Trent Dunham, Jonathan Zorleen, Tanner Sullivan. And Zach Rogers has now got a pretty big lead now over the 27. That might have just sealed the deal right there. As we're getting ready to come off of turn number 4 to take the white flag. White flag is out for Zach Rogers. But they may catch a slower machine of Austin LaPlante. I don't know if they will as quickly as they would, but if they do, that could cause a bit of ruckus up here at the front. I don't know if it's going to really be a factor or not, but we're getting ready to come off of turn number 4 for the final time. Coming to take the checkered flag, Zach Rogers is going to win the Lifelock 400 at Michigan. And man, P.J. Williams, if it was another lap, he might have had something because of that help from the 48 getting in front of the 9, but it was just too late. Domination by the 9 car. Unbelievable. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the results. P.J. Williams pretty close to getting his 3rd win this season, but a 2nd place run like that's definitely going to help him out to stay in the top 10 in points. Chase Oliver gets a great run in 3rd. He might get in the top 30 in points now after all this. Dorian Facepuncher, solid performance in 4th, and highest finishing rookie with a solid run in 5th, Jonathan Zorleen. Great run for Trent Dunham in the 6th position. Tanner Sullivan, solid 7th. Carson Gunn with a great run in 8th. David Rivera with a solid finish in 9th. And Michael Norman with a great run in 10th. Rest of the top 20, Anthony McCrory, Charles Sanford, Dylan Young, John Cittadino, Matthew Dalio, Matt McIntyre, Joshua Collard, John Arndt, and Seth Cole. Rest of the top 30 was J.T. Bryant, Aaron Henderson, Peachy London, Dylan Thoreau, Anthony Ritchie, Katie Cochran, Austin Mongold, Jesse Setti, James McLeod, Dylan Poteet. Rest of the top 40 was Sean Galligan, James Qualls, Johnny Gardner, Blaine Keys, William Duncan, Jessica Sheldon, Preston Plord, Chris Washer, Tim Walsh, Angel Navarro, and then the last car on the lead lap was Dougie Shears, and then 1 car, 1 lap down, Austin LaPlante. That does it for our coverage today here at Michigan. Next week we head to our one and only trip to Atlanta as we get set for the the Golden Corral 400 at Atlanta, and that's going to be exciting. But until then, here are your results, rookie points, and regular points heading into Atlanta. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.